Yeah.
What is good? What is poppin', everybody? My name is C.
And my name is Notion. What up?
My name is Dan.
Welcome to episode 61 of Bad Habits of Podcast on this fucking steaming evening.
Humidity.
All sweating. What's good, fellas? You alright?
Dripping like a faucet.
Right?
Trying to enjoy the hot weather.
Ball soup.
It is hot as hell.
Yeah, we should just make up some mind.
Extremely hot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot right now, but you know, I guess better than being cold.
True.
That's very true. All the facts.
So I guess we might as well lay it out. So the idea, we said it last time, we're not doing lives anymore, so we can make our lives a little more flexible. So we can record when we want. Now we're actually recording this on Monday, and the funny thing is we're doing it only a little bit before we would normally premiere the podcast. About the reason why this is a bit late for anyone tuning in and seeing it pop up is because we started a bit late, which is my fault. My apologies. So.
Mate, we roll with the punches.
That's
It's
it.
going to be a great one.
Yeah,
I can get
as
it in you.
always.
Exactly.
So the music this week was a little
It was short, but it's okay.
wasn't as much as usual.
It wasn't as much at all.
Literally 4 albums that I was remotely interested in, which is kind of crazy. So I don't think this will take us too long to run through this, but we have a good battle to go through, so
Yes.
we'll go through that in depth. So let's kick off with the music.
Okay.
Do it up, mate.
Okay. Out of the albums, I listened to all of them. Out of the ones I really like, I actually really like the Nowza and HitBoy. King's Disease 2. It's good.
Yep.
Had great features. Had the Lauryn Hill feature, which was great. There was one song which I don't remember what it's called, but it switched the beat like 3 times in the one song. And I forgot what it is, but it was a sick song. Had the Eminem feature, which I saw 50 Cent tweeting about and saying, "Oh, this is one of the best things like verses I've ever heard." But then I was like,
Really?
yeah, and I was like, this verse is terrible. Like, honestly, like, I
I'm trying to remember the song. What was it?
let me find
Was
it.
it with somebody else, or was it just with
It
him?
was Eminem and someone else.
And APMD.
Yes.
APMD.
So
Oh, yeah.
Sermon and, yeah. So it was like, rapidy machine gun, like Dr. Seuss bars. Like,
Yeah,
it was just doing like too much on it for
Yeah.
a regular person to
exactly.
listen to it and have a nice time. It was just like super rapidy technical, which is kind of what Eminem's been doing the last bunch of times that he's jumped on, you know, like all of his last major singles. So yeah.
True. But don't get me wrong, I love Eminem, but like, this is the reason why I can't listen to him now. Like, anything he releases post 2015, I can't. Like, it's just not enjoyable to listen to. But the overall album was great. I really enjoyed it. That's definitely my album of the week. Another one I really liked was the Abstract Mindstate.
Yes.
Dreams Still Inspire. It was interesting. It was,
You know
it
why
was
that's
cool.
on here?
No.
Kanye produced the whole thing. So the people from Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that, dude.
Didn't know. I saw that Kanye's feature was kind of cool, but like, yeah, it was good. It was it isn't in my opinion, it wasn't like anything that wild or crazy in terms of the actual music itself, but like it was a good album. Like it was just good, solid album. The albums on this list anyway. Like it was good. No complaints. Great things. Out of singles, the Santino the Same, Sleepless Nights. That was a banger. That was sick. Nice slow pace sort of. I don't know what kind of vibe it is. Kind of like depressed, kind of slow sort of vibe. It's great. Like it's great music. I really like
always
Santino the Same. Something which is really interesting. KSI did a song with Lil Wayne, and it's not. I love KSI as a person. Like he's hard work. He's a sick YouTuber, but then it's like his music's just not really for me. Not like I don't think he's shit. It's just I just don't think his music's for me. When I saw Lil Wayne in the feature, I didn't expect it to be like a kind of rock poppy song. And I was like really kind of
Got
disappointed.
him singing.
I was like really disappointed when I heard it. Like, I was thinking, oh okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. Like, I wouldn't usually listen to his music, but then I was like, let me see, because Wayne's in it, and it was like a rock sort of pop tune, and I was like,
What the fuck is this?
yeah, I was like, yeah, that's straight away basically. But like, no problems with either of the artists. They're both great in their own rights, but like, you know, not really my thing.
I love it.
The Weeknd, Take My Breath. That's kind of cool, like poppy radio, cool music like that. But like, it wasn't his best songs, or like one of his best songs. But like, it was still good. I enjoyed it. Another one I really liked was the Benny the Butcher, Rakei, G Herbo alone. That was sick. Benny, as always, killed it on that track. It was amazing rappity rap proper things there.
Yes.
Is it Jack Harlow and Pooh Sheisty?
Yeah.
SUVs, Black on Black. Great tune. It was sick. Like, Jack Harlow is just so sick right now. He's like one of the, I don't know, one of the hottest in the game right now, I'd say. Like, he is literally on top form. Like, he's just so good. Everything he makes right now is so sick. So, like, that was a sick tune. And what else did I really like? Russ, Italy was a sick song. Just so good. Like, Russ is just amazing. When he does the rapping thing, I really like Russ a lot. Like, that Italy song is great. Amazing. And one thing really surprised me was the Benny the Butcher Remember Me. I wasn't a big fan.
I couldn't find it. It was on Spotify.
Oh, well.
Which is really weird because that
Fam.
never happened.
I remember me.
That's rare for sure.
Yeah. But it wasn't like.
It wasn't good, eh?
It just wasn't.
Someone said this to me recently. Was it
Interesting.
Someone
Yeah.
said
There was another song he did which was also quite odd.
Was that last week?
Yeah, last week. But like the other song he did this week, the Alone thing, was sick. The Remember Me, it was really odd. Just
Why
wasn't-
was it odd?
It didn't seem like Bentley. Like it just
He was
seems.
trying to be somebody else.
Yeah. It sounded trying to be something else. But like,
It's
I'll
weird
play
he's done that
after.
twice now.
Yeah, I'll play it after. It was very odd, so maybe I'm just hating on it. But like, it just wasn't for me. But that was my pick of the favourites this week.
Alright.
Yes.
No.
Pretty good.
Nicely done, Young D.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the Nas HitBoy. Hey, mate, you're most welcome. The Nas HitBoy joint was, obviously the album of the week. That was amazing for a whole body of work from Nas. Great features. He hasn't had the best run of like albums. They haven't, he picks shit beats. We all know. This was like 85% dope production. There was only a couple that were like not hitting it for me. But yeah, same thoughts on the Eminem verse. Like a little out of place, but still okay. The Lauryn Hill one was fire. But yeah, the dope production instantly made the album better. He didn't lose a step lyrically, so he regains triple OG status, and that was a banger. The Tinashe album, not bad. Some songs slapped. Great production and mixing. It's kind of like a slow, trappy R&B. Most of the way through with some hip-hoppy soul ones, so that was kind of nice to have in the background. The abstract Mindstate, I didn't hear everything, but that was fire. Definitely going back to that. I didn't know Kanye produced it, so thanks for fucking linking a cunt on that one. Santino and Saint, Sleepless Nights, it was fire. Nice and chill as usual. He's got his smooth trap R&B, melodic, mellow, melancholy shit down pat. So that was cool. K-Sign and Lil Wayne, not for me. But yeah, I just skipped over. I definitely, I listened to it because homie Sean sent it to me, and then I heard it because it was on the list, and I was like, I'm gonna give this 2 goes. So the first time was like a really quick skip ting, and then the second one I was just like, oh, it's very hard to watch, man. But I gave it a shot, and that's the point. The Weeknd, not a fan. He's getting higher and higher every song. Sounds like Daft Punk more and more. I just can't deal with it. WTF on my notes. Martin Garrix and G-Eazy, Sasha, Alex Sloan, Love Runs Out song. That was fire compared to everything else so far on the list. That was just regular dope from G-Eazy in particular. Benny Butcher, Ricky Hyde, G Herbo shit. It was just dope, classic gravity rap. And honestly, it stood out to me. The mix was really shit because the vocals were super out of place. They were far away from the beat. It really distracted me from listening to it. So, the Jack Harlow, Pooh Sheisty. Pooh Sheisty is one of my favorite new rap names. I'll tell you what. He's not the best, but it didn't make the song shit. The song is fire. Jack Harlow kills it. Love him. No pause. IAMDDB had a song called Silver Lines. Immediately, 30 seconds in, 40 seconds in, it screamed American Boy by Estelle and Kanye. Just a slower, more 808-driven synthy version. It was a cleaner image than usual from IAMDDB. She gets a little wild with the lyrics and more fuck you, suck my dick. So it was kind of a nice, cleaner thing that she's done recently. The Josh K and Fabulous My House song. That Fab fucking killed it. Comes in like on some Jadakiss, super clean feature that was really, really cool. Josh K's dope. I dig that a lot. Didn't know who he was, so that was a fun song. The one with Ghostface on it, Lion Babe, a song called Rainbows. That was dope. I think Ghost is hilarious, and when he has those R&B sort of rap features, when he comes in all thugging and shit with the smooth lyrics, it's timeless. I've always got time for a Ghostface feature on an R&B song. He's the fucking best. The Anthony Hamilton song "Love Is the New Black." I love Uncle Anthony. That was soulful, smooth, dope as fuck as usual. Our homie GMC from Melbourne, shout out to the boy G, has a song called Isolation. Compared to what we know him from and how we grew up with him, this is mad different, but it knocks and it works, so salute to G. Benny the Butcher, Remind Me, classic Benny, dig it. And then the Rust Italy song was dope, no complaints. Really enjoyed the Italian sample at the start and then how he flipped that. So, yeah, kind of similar to Dan, but yo, out here.
Y'all did good. Y'all covered all of it. Like,
sorry.
No. This is it's about to happen with this little.
It was a short list.
Yeah, super short. I'll just see if I can add anything else. I echo both your sentiments. King's Disease was King's Disease 2.
Yes.
Super fire overall. Listened to it twice because I enjoyed it that much. I never listen to anything twice.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill's verse was interesting. Everyone was quoting it. You're worried about.
Wasn't as good as everyone's going off.
No, she did her flow.
It still was good.
The bars were fine, but the flow was the same. She didn't really change it up, and it just sounded kind of lazy. But it was the only Lauryn Hill verse, rapped or otherwise, we've had in forever. So I think everyone's jacking off over it. But I did appreciate that Nas got on some of the new dudes on this, which is a good look for an OG, bringing some of the new cats on that obviously are like objectively inferior lyrically to him. They had the balls even get on a song with Nas, even though they're not trying to do the same thing. They were the auto-tune rappers or whatever.
Yeah, A Boogie.
Yeah, that was...
Guy. I don't know who Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson, no, he's an OG.
Oh, okay. YG was on the track as well.
Yeah, YG, yeah, he killed it.
Yeah, I don't really know who EPMD is.
EPMD? Eric Sermon and PMD. They have been around since the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So Eric Sermon produced a lot of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably more rapidy rap shit that you might not be familiar with. You know Def Squad?
Yeah.
You know Redman?
Yeah.
Keith Murray?
Yeah.
Okay, so Eric Sermon, Redman, Keith Murray were a group. And yeah, Eric Sermon produced other stuff. So that was a good look that they haven't been around. They were beefing for years too. Like Eric and Parrish were beefing, they separated and did their thing. And like, so it was cool. Nas getting them on the same joint is very cool.
Yeah. Legendary move.
Fire. Shouts to our boy JOE, who's been on the pod. He dropped a 4-pack called Flat. It was different from him. I definitely...
Couldn't find that.
Pardon?
Couldn't find that.
Couldn't find. I think it was Spotify only, probably. It was cool. I liked the others. I think with the production on this one, I wasn't feeling as much as some of his previous stuff, but I really love that he seems to be working with one producer doing these 4 packs. I think it's fucking so smart and allows him to keep churning music out. So salute to Joe. Tinashe, no, she nailed it. I've fucked with her since probably 2012, 2013. She was a producer back in the day as well. And she's so gangster, but she's gone real pop, super pop stuff. I don't really fuck with her pop stuff that much. But I respect her from then. I know she is capable of doing crazy shit. She's just gone for that money. I respect her. The Abstract Mindstate one though. The beats were cool, but they just reminded me, the only way I can describe it is they remind me of local rappers. Like, it sounded amateur. The whole thing sounded so amateur to me, and I only pushed through it because I knew there was 4 albums this week, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And Kanye produced it, so I'm not going to lie, I really wasn't feeling the raps. I didn't like the tone of voices that were rapping in. No, I just...
It reminded me of Wyclef, a lot of the rappers. I don't know.
There's a chick and a dude, I think.
Yeah, the guy reminded me of Wyclef.
Interesting. I probably should go back just to check.
But not because he's sick, but like
the voice.
It just sounded like
the
him.
voice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And even the Kanye feature was.
It's cool. Like,
it definitely sounded new. Like those old style Kanye beats, like the shit that we always say we're missing. Mm-hmm. But he did some Jesus stuff in the singing type of thing, and I enjoyed it. It was weird.
Yeah.
But I fucked with it. As far as singles, you guys kind of nailed it. The KSI thing, yeah, man, I can't do it. Sean keeps sending it to me. Like I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm never gonna fuck with KSI. He just keeps sending stuff. And, Respect Sean.
Bless his cotton socks.
Yeah, man, I fuck with you, bro. I can't mess with KSI, bro. I just can't. It's not funny. Same as what the boy said. It's not my thing. Obviously Santino's the god. I agree with everything No said about the Weeknd. Can't deal with it. G-Eazy shit slapped. Benny shit slapped. Jordan Rakei, I think he's from Melbourne.
Oh yeah, I didn't touch that.
Send My Love. That was a cool little joint. That was nice.
Not bad.
This other one, I think it's Lonr and Amber Mark did a song called Save My Love, which is really funny because the Jordan song is called Sends My Love. So when I was writing this down, I thought I misread the song names, but that was very coincidental.
That's from a movie called Reminiscence I read in the somewhere, and then I want to see that because that song was actually good. I forgot to mention that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no problems. He's fantastic.
The next one, the one that Saved My Love.
Yes, Amber Mark. So it was funny. The reason I discovered Jordan Rakei was I was in my bedroom in my South Melbourne apartment, and someone was playing music outside. My bedroom was at the back of the apartment by the courtyard, and I heard it, and I pulled out Shazam, and I Shazammed what someone was playing, and it was him. Ever since that would have been 2010.
So you stopped having a fap to Shazam some music.
No, no, I didn't stop.
You were fapping to it. So you quit Pornhub in mid-fap.
You can slap
because it's picture in picture, and it still goes.
Yeah, in 2010,
See, hey, bro.
I had multiple devices, stuff like that.
You had it on the TV.
Come on, bro. Come on.
TV.
Dedicated porn phone. Or an iPad. Hey, bigger screen.
iPad, yeah.
A porn phone with like the splash.
Porn tablet.
Splash screen.
Splash screen. Yeah, for sure. It's got its own PPE.
Oh god.
You know?
You know the phone that you use for high season stuff?
Yeah. Oh.
Full of semen.
Yeah. So you probably should wipe that.
Probably should wipe it.
Jack Harlow was good. The Josh and Fabulous one was fire. Yeah, Lion Babe were really cool. I think there's a dude and a chick as well. I don't recall if one. I think the female's the singer and the male is the producer. They do a lot of cool stuff, and you nailed it with Ghostface's funny R&B features. Anthony Hamilton killed it. Shouts to GMC. He did the song called Isolation because Melbourne are once again in a lockdown, which is...
They're like 6 lockdown?
It's so ridiculous. That's a whole other conversation.
It's getting a little silly.
Yeah. So I feel
it's very strict
right now. And obviously, yeah, the Russ Italy joint, loved it. You write with the Italian sample, and I love that. He just killed it. He's so fun. He's the best.
Yeah, it's good work.
Love it. So that was the short music this week. So next week we're expecting... No, when I say next week, it'll be this week. We're expecting Donda from Kanye to drop on Friday. And we're also potentially expecting Certified... What's it called? Certified Lover Boy. The Drake album should be dropping. Said it was supposed to be last week or the week before, so we're going to see what happens. But maybe this week it'll be like... I honestly was thinking about this. I was like, this would have been the week to drop because there was barely any distraction. It was only Nas that was like high profile in hip hop. There was hardly anything else. So it was a great week to drop. So going to be interesting to see what happens with all that.
Yeah. Do we see what 50 Cent said about the Eminem verse?
Yeah,
he said, "You cannot front on this verse. You just got to listen. Shut the fuck up and listen." And he put it on his Instagram and just
technically it is good.
Yeah, but it's not nice to listen to. That's the only
it's not easy, not pleasing for the ear because he's going in on like triplets when it's like it's too many syllables per. I mean, it's technically the perfect amount. He's filled it all up as much as he can. His machine gun wrapped his tits off, but it's not pleasing. It's not flowy. He doesn't ride the pocket of the beat, which is the whole point of rocking the track.
I like
especially when you're doing it with Nas.
Exactly, you just don't need to do that all the time. I'd love to hear just like. Relax, just do a regular speed.
Yeah,
you would kill it.
Just ride the pocket, do some cool flows without having to be ridiculous, and just show them that you can do that again. Because I feel like everyone.
You should stop bending time.
Yeah, no one's like we know you can do it.
We know you can do it. Just go back into his D12 bag. That's it. So that's
probably the
best that would be sick, dude.
That was the best version of Eminem.
Fucking hell.
Or the most entertaining version anyway.
Because I guess he didn't have to carry the whole song. So
Bad Meets Evil as well.
That was a good time. That was before he started went too
rapidly machine guns.
Accents and the strange shit he was doing with all the albums that started with R. And all that shit.
Oh, Marshall.
Crazy boy. So that's the music. I think it's probably like the quickest we've ever wrapped up music. That's
That is
40 minutes. Mine.
record time music
So,
segment.
I mean, we do have a bunch of other stuff. On what day was it? Tuesday last week. We had
Oh, what a day it was.
the versus battle between Lox and Dipset. Super entertaining event. Last week, who did we all say was going to win? I said Dipset.
Oh my god, we all said Dipset.
We all said Dipset, but we were all wrong. We were all very
Absolutely
wrong.
correct.
Very
Very wrong.
The memes, if you're into rap, I imagine if you're listening and watching this, you like hip hop and you're on Twitter and Instagram, or whatever, you've seen all the memes and stuff. Like Jada was the MVP, he came through and just rapped his fucking ass off.
Tits off.
You know, I mean, it was an interesting comparison because they were giving them each other shit from the beginning. And they're going on tour together, so we all know that they're friends.
They're all business partners, and they were clowning each other for fun.
But it was pretty harsh clowning and stuff, and like you know, so I wasn't sure what was up at first, but then I realized, yeah, they're just fucking around. The Lox rapped over instrumentals the entire time, whereas Dipset just rapped over the music, which was kind of more in line. To be fair to them, that's in line with what Versus is about. The rapping was secondary. The point is you play the song. It's not a performance. You play, and it became that. So the Lox took it to a whole other level, and Dipset didn't, and it kind of embarrassed them and maybe backfired because they kept yelling at them, like, why you're rapping over your lyrics and stuff. I think they were forgetting lyrics, but the Lox were working as a unit, and they've been a group, no drama or anything for 20 plus years. Longer, 25 years probably. They all knew each other's bars. You know, they all looked healthy. You know, Sheik was jacked. Styles was lost
smashing that CMOS, that pharmacy for life shit.
We tried to get CMOS the other day. You can't get it here.
It's sold out, bro.
No, you just like they don't even stock it. I don't know about sold out. I think you can get it on Amazon.
Oh shit, really? Eh?
Yeah, we couldn't find it. We watched a bunch of videos on that stuff.
I'm gonna check the Rasta shop down the street. That definitely. I'll ask him. So what's up?
Yeah, I'd love to know. Let me know, because you can get it in caps. You have to get Wild Crafted, I think it's called. What? There's a bunch of YouTube videos. All these motherfuckers like talking about it. It's an intense topic, and I had no idea. But apparently, it's this miracle substance known.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane.
Gets rid of all. It's like some. You know,
Tiff walked in.
Dr. Sebi was talking about all that.
Yes, he was. I think that's probably where they go. Tiff walked in, and she didn't even hear the start of the conversation. She's like, CMOS? She knew the vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me know if you, honestly, seriously, go see the dude there. Let me know if they've got it, because you can buy it in raw form, or you can get these different capsules, but there's different types, and they can farm it. That's why is it Wild Crafted? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So that's the shit they literally...
From the Caribbean.
And it's supposed to be from the Caribbean, like Jamaican or whatever. And but if you can farm it, but the farming one doesn't have the same minerals and all that stuff apparently. So essentially just seaweed. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. I'm glad you even brought that up. That's good. So anyway, it was one of the most entertaining ones. It was really funny. They kept telling everyone to get off the stage, and no one would get off the stage. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, it was extremely entertaining. So I'll just run through the songs. I took everything down. I only missed one song because sometimes I knew most of them anyway, but I didn't always know the name. So I always Shazam that shit, and I only missed one. I was kind of annoyed. It just wouldn't work. So Lox came out strong with "Fuck You," which I thought was an interesting one, and then
awesome.
And it wasn't
set the tone real well,
real heavy, and it didn't. By the way, this wasn't really set in rounds. It was just the Lox first and then Dips, and then it kind of got weird. And then Dipset did "I'm Ready," which I was like, I thought they kind of blew their load a little early with that one, especially starting off the rip with that specific cut. Then Lox did "Oh, there's Tiff. Hey, hi there.
Oh, hey.
Hey, sorry, she's had to climb over everything to get to the computer. Lox did "Banned from TV," and Dipset did "Crunk Music." Some of these were solo songs as well, by the way, and some of them I kind of, because there's a bunch of, to be fair, a lot of the Diplomat solo stuff I actually didn't know. So the Lox did the DMX track, and Words Never Started Something, and Dipset did Touch It or Not. Lox did Mighty D Block, and then Dips did Dipset Santana's Anthem, which obviously I thought was way too early to do that as well.
Way too early,
because that was just classic. Lox did Who Shot Ya remix. Dipset did Live My Life.
That was when Jadakiss did that freestyle on the shot shit. Right?
Yes, I don't know if it was a freestyle. It was
Oh,
just
yeah,
his
yeah.
verse to the remix. Was it a freestyle?
It was
It
verse to the
freestyle,
remix.
wasn't it? Oh,
Okay.
but that was insane.
Pretty sure it's
Yeah, that was
spitting
like
bars.
aggressive.
That was
Okay.
unreal.
Lox did. Now this is where it started to get a little. It got strange. Sometimes they just
A
did
little feisty.
feisty, but they started to just do multiple songs in like a medley for some reason. So like Lox did Reservoir Dogs and Blood Pressure back to back, and then Dipset did 357 and The Rock. The Lox did Just 24 Hours to Live, which was sick. Because then, if you think about it from a perspective on verses, DMX did his verse off that, I think. And then Jada and all three of them did their verses off it. So the only ones really missing were Mace and Black Rob, RIP. Then everyone's...
Yeah, they're going to bring Mace out. They said they were... I read
That'd
that
be-
somewhere they were going to try and bring him out. That would be fucking stupid.
Yeah, it would have been very, very cool.
It's New York would
and-
have gone nuts.
Heavily. So then they did that one song, and then Dipset did like a 3-banger of songs. G's Up, Bird Gang Money, and Purple City Bird Gang, which I believe is all Jim Jones songs. Lox did Chest to Chest Freestyle. Then Cam did the Bout It 3 with Master P. Lox did Dope Money. Right. And then Cam and Jewels did Welcome New York City, which was, in my opinion, that's one of the greatest songs performed on the evening.
Couldn't even tell you how good that was.
Then this got real sick, and I don't know why they didn't do it. Jada did New York, the Ja Rule joint, and Fat Joe was in the audience, so it would have been sick to get Joe up and do
Yeah,
his
get
verse.
him on there, yeah.
Fuck, that would have been
He was
sick.
mouthing words and shit in the crowd and fucking chilling. With his
Yeah.
fake ass drawn on, spray painted, airbrushed beard. Goodness me, Joe, would you just sort your face out?
Right? He's
That's
a
it.
character. that
Thanks for your time.
man. Good for him. And then they also did
Yeah.
Locked Up remix, the Akon joint.
Akon,
Then Dips did Certified Gangsters, which I believe is a Jim Jones song. If I remember, he was like talking about how he's like a real blood and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. Lox did No Ideas Original, which I think is the Nas remix, and then Jim Jones did We Fly High. This also seemed this was a good matchup. Lox did All About the Benjamins, and Dips did Dipset Anthem. So that was like that was a cool little back and forth there. Lox did Wild Out, which is I think is a DMX song. Bless You. Was it
Bless
DMX
You,
song?
mate.
Nah, it's a Lox.
That was a Lox song. Then Cam did Killah Cam. This was sick, and I don't know why they didn't. They did Kiss Your Ass Goodbye, but Jada didn't do his verse.
It pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's the
It's
best
his song. It's the best one on the remix. It's like to end the whole thing. It's what I like. I see a couple oohs and ahs, jewels and cars, screws and bras, let them still cool with Nas. It's the coolest. It's the coolest shit ever.
Real subtle still, so fucking ill. How you could turn an idea to a couple mil.
So gangster.
That's
It's like
it.
the hardest shit ever, man. And then Dips did Salute.
Woo!
And then
We listen to it when we finish this.
Yeah, right. See, it's that actually had me
It's
hyped.
super goosebumps. Yeah, it's a punch.
I was
It's
like, go.
punch you cut in the face music. No, that's it.
I was jumping up aggressively, and Tiff always just thinks it's funny because she's never really into rap like that. So she's just always like, "Man, you guys like really love rap, eh?" I'm like, "Yes, fuck."
Dude, I'll go fucking off.
Yeah, this is like because this was
Same
like
shit.
a lot of this stuff was
Jump
what,
up and
2000s probably.
Yeah.
So it was pretty important time, I guess, as well for us. We're now like early 20s and shit. Like,
You guys really love rap, eh? No, it's
she
like
thinks it's just
that.
funny how much we like know it, and like whenever we watch Joe Budden,
Remember it still.
Yeah, like say like Joe Budden and them will quote it, and then I'll jump in and be able to rap with them if they're quoting Jay or something like that, and then she just thinks it's funny that rap people like rap like that.
It's like comic book nerds, but like just rap nerds. Like it's just
Yeah, like everyone just
we like-
knows
we
the
like-
stuff, and it's just like this culture.
no shit. We grew up with it, and it's delicious and beautiful.
Damn right.
Kind of pause on delicious, but anyway, I said
No,
it.
no
No
pause.
pause.
No? Okay, cool. Unpause.
Thank you. Now this was the only one I missed. I didn't know what it was. Lox did a song, and then I knew it. I'd heard it. It was I think it was one of the bigger ones, but I wouldn't pick it up. And then Dips did Oh Boy and Hey Ma back to back, which was pretty big.
Classic.
And then this is okay, and this was the interesting part. So they did those two songs, and then Jewel said, "Oh, I bet you guys ain't got no songs for the girls. Like, do you guys even like
Oh
girls?"
yeah.
And then the Lox are like, "Okay," and they went back to back for
This was great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs. They did Ride or Die Bitch, the Honey remix from Mariah, Jenny from the
Yeah.
Block remix, or the original, Family Affair from Mary
Say
remix,
love,
Good
Mary.
Love, Knock Yourself Out, and then All Night Long, all back to back.
Insane.
And that was like, all right, you want to do that? That was great. That was
The biggest punch in the club. That pretty much where it won it. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
If they hadn't already, that was it. Then they did. This was just Jim Jones and sort of with no context, just did Summer. It's called Summer with Miami. Don't know much about that. Then it was Good Times by Styles versus Santana, and then another song called Murder Murder. Then was that one?
I think so.
Okay. And then Lox did All for the Love, Rough Riders Anthem, which must have a remix, and The Last Day, which was huge because that was a Biggie joint. And then Dips did Down and Out, which was our joint we did off your first mix.
Fire.
06.
Same with crunk music, and
yes,
I rapped on 24 Hours to Live beat as well.
Bitch, drunk, stupid, hot. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, good times.
And then this was pretty much the end of it. So then Lox did, this was, it was also weird. They did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. And then Dips ended with one more. So Lox did Major Look Remix, Money, Power, Respect, By Your Side, Come Through, Put Your Hands Up, Blackout, DMX joint. And then We Gotta Make It. And then Dips just ended with I Really Mean It. So
it's a good send-off song.
Yeah,
that was very triumphant.
It was just weird that they were able to do that many, and it didn't seem fair, I guess, in that sense. But then on Twitter, people were saying that the Lox DJ was like on point. He was like razor sharp with it, knew the right songs to do it. But I was like, how did he know the right songs? They rehearsed it. They had the instrumental. They had the show mixes. Like, it didn't seem like. I mean, no, not taken away from the DJ because the way he blended was perfect. But it was a prepared show. Well, none of this was accidental, from what I could tell. So either way, though, it was entertaining as fuck. It was. Did they come late? To an hour?
Probably one of the best ones.
Really late.
Real late, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like going to a rap show. It was actually kind of
regular rapper shows, regular rapper time. It was good.
Yeah, regular shit. It was just.
It wasn't this well-oiled machine like on at 8:30, like finished at 9:30, like on the dot. So I'm super glad it was late.
Yeah, I was doing other shit, so it worked out well, but it also took up my whole night, which is cool. It's just like I got shit to do. So, and I couldn't like just sit there and work and like casually watch it in the background. This was like way too. Some of the other verses, yeah, man. Some of the other ones when we didn't care about it, you could watch that shit and do other stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, turn around, hey, okay, cool, listening the whole time.
Yeah.
Watching occasionally. This I had to like stare at the shit.
Did you have your Tims and your hoodie on? Did you have some Newports? Did you have a chopped cheese? Did you have a slice? What did you have?
All of the above.
New York fitted?
I was very hot. It was warm.
Very warm.
I sweated significantly. I don't regret it. No, it was good. It was a good one. It was a win for the culture. It was great. And then they also announced the tour that they toured together and shit. So I thought that was
millions of dollars.
Yeah, man, good for them. I'm happy for them. And like everyone's just like Jadakiss is like the GOAT right now. And people were saying, and I like this. We appreciated
the mic drop was great.
That was cool, but I guess more they were saying that there's one skill that you can never take away, which is like top tier lyricism. And they say that now. I mean, like if you go and put out a project with top tier lyricism, like people aren't going to pay attention still. No one gives a fuck. Like they say it all. Like, yeah, man, it's all like complete, whatever. They're bullshitting to say it because they want to say, look, man, this is real. But then someone puts out real hip hop and then they're like, yeah, we'll just ignore it. So whatever. But it was nice to at least see, legends be acknowledged as such. So that shit was dope. So what? I don't know if there's another one.
Factuals.
There isn't one, right?
There is no. Well, there's speculation about Lil Nicki Minaj, but yeah, apart from that, there isn't really.
What do you guys think about that?
Lil Kim should absolutely school her, like absolutely every single song. So
interesting, eh? Kim and Nicki. I don't know about that.
Yo, you know what we should do for shits and gigs? We should do a Notion versus C versus.
You should do it.
Like on Instagram
Live.
Just play just Movement Fam tunes.
On Instagram
it's not Live. No, we can like market it like a versus, like versus us, but it's really just like Movement Fam jam because it's all the same thing.
We could do that. I've thought about that as well. Like I was wondering because you wouldn't be able to do it on YouTube because they'd take it down.
Yeah,
They take it down on Instagram too. They might take it down on
I
Instagram.
might take it down. That's right.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Robots that listen.
Well, because you've got because all the songs that we've distributed would be taken down for sure. It's
Just a
fucking
passing thought, innit?
No, I liked it. I was thinking about it. Like I'm glad you brought it up. I thought about it too, and I was like, I couldn't think of how to do it because you can't even really present it anywhere without the gods of the internet taking the shit down. I guess Verzuz does it because they have now a separate platform, but even on Instagram they have deals with Instagram. Hey, don't take this down, type shit.
Mm.
So I mean, you could just risk it and see what happens.
Should do it. I don't know.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Should do like a live concert. Just us guys. You
Yeah,
guys performing next to each other.
Right. I wonder.
I'll be the host.
You want to host it?
I'll host it, and then you guys with the mics.
Well, do you have to? You don't have to rap it. You just play the song.
True.
We won't know any of the words. Are you kidding?
Yeah, we should do it. That'd be fun.
No.
I mean, I guess because it's Instagram Live, you could just rap it to the phone. Because we don't have stage mics. We have to stage mics about $1,500 each for one of those, and they go to, I don't know, you need like a mixer probably to plug it into the phone. I imagine it's a thing.
It's
So
a
I think-
whole thing.
What were Cunts doing in the beginning? I think
That's
they were
why
just
we went
rapping.
to it.
They were just like holding the phone up type of
Yeah,
thing, right? And
yeah.
just rapping into the phone. So, good. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. We can definitely talk
Not against
about
you.
it. Here for it. All right, so that was that. As far as the topics here, I only had two different things down. There was on day was it? Maybe it was the same day as it was the day before.
Day before was a Monday.
Yeah, it was last Monday was Yeezy Day, which is usually hasn't happened since 2019, and they dropped a whole bunch of Yeezys, like the shoes. They did it was supposed to be. We thought it was a North American one. It was just a US one, which was fucked. And then they did like a China one and a Europe one in the same day, and they dropped like 15, 20 pairs of shit they hadn't released in a while and stuff. And I was
Did they
checking
release the wave drops?
Yeah,
They did.
everywhere. And everything that I honestly, I don't want to say it because I
Just
take it down,
bots,
but
that's
how
it.
it's not even it's the butts by the resellers.
Yeah.
I detest those motherfuckers. I wish ill upon them. They really fucking. I'm not even a sneaker guy. They just ruin the whole fucking game, man. I hate
You
them.
just can't get it. That's what it is.
It's just shoes. Like chill the fuck out. Like it's really annoying because all the shit's $300 goes on up on StockX, and it's usually the very minimum double. Very minimum. So I thought maybe that, and like someone was saying that they put
Cheeky.
them out. Yeah, it's cunty, yo, and it's all
So
like
cunty.
excess stock in their warehouse. So like, what's the big fucking deal? Like, why do you have to put it up like that? When they had it all, they just weren't selling it anyway. It's annoying. So I thought Canada would have got it. Canada got fucked. The Reddit subreddits, I mean, people were pissed, but whatever. So Lil Vax was hoping to get something, but so don't be cunts, please. And then the Kanye album event, streaming event part 2 was on Thursday night because we all thought at midnight we were getting Donda. We did not.
Didn't get it.
We did not get it. It was the second one at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta. He'd been living there. I heard on Rory and Mal was saying that he doesn't believe that Kanye was living there, but there's a picture of a bed and stuff. So we'll see.
Yes.
And the album seemed like probably 90-95% done because there's still some mumbles. But he did like a performance. It wasn't a performance actually. It was his listening session for an almost finished album. It had lots of like extra. I don't know, like last time was just him on the floor the whole time. Now
it was more performance this time. A lot of
but no
extras,
microphones.
No microphones, just people dancing. But it was sick.
Yeah, it was good.
It was actually sick. I can't wait for the album. It's so
Yeah.
good. Some of the songs. The one with Playboy Carti and Fivio Foreign, that is going to be such a good song.
That's some
It's
stuff.
like the
It's-
Fivio verse is insane. So,
I think it's gonna be 24 songs.
yeah, on iTunes it's 24 songs.
Yeah, it's just like sitting there. Like you can go and buy
You
it,
can go and buy it. Yeah.
pre-order it or whatever.
They keep on changing the release date.
Change release date. I think this track 2 has the same
As
the time, and I think that's Hurricane. It's now that
yeah, that's
the
what the
Weeknd
name now. That's what the name.
Oh, it says
Hurricane.
okay. I got the leak of that. My friend gets me the leak. Yeah, slaps. I hadn't heard it properly with that. Like, so well mixed. Fucking hell. I got like the FLAC file of it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so it sounds pretty dope. So that should come this week. I guess they bought themselves another week to do it. We'll see though. But I'm looking forward to that. I guess now we've heard most of it.
Yeah.
And I think on that event he only did 22 songs, and then he ended it by getting like taken out of the
Sunday.
like,
yeah, it's
very cool.
It was cool, man.
Kanye's a genius. Love it, man. We should make his shoes more readily available and stop these fuckboys ruining it, so we can all be drippy.
I know, right?
Drippy, drippy.
That's what we want. Was there other news from either side? What else has gone on? I feel like it's like a quiet week type of thing. There was very few large things, but not much else happened.
Like a really quiet week.
Everyone's off camping, mate. I didn't really get anything in my screenshot section.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mate.
Really, well, I saw a Jesus and Mary interview with Bobby Schmurder, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But, no, it was kind of cool. He seems to be like a pretty cool guy. Like just trying to give back to the community after obviously doing his fuckeries, and then he's opening charities and shit. Like just living his life now, which is good. But yeah, like that's all I've really seen like in recent weeks. Anyway,
I can't really think of anything else within the culture that people were like.
I got a gem for you, mate.
Run it.
So our beautiful folks at Soulection, Soulection's radio station on Beats One radio station, or satellite radio, if people don't know. Soulection's been around for 10 years, and it's been mad instrumental for just introducing everyone to everyone, underground, just dope motherfuckers of every background and genre and stuff. So, so Soulection had a partnership with Apple, and they have Soulection's not only a radio station, it's also a label. They have singers, they have beat makers, multi-instrumentalists, producers on their roster, and they picked a few. So basically, Esther, Elroy, and J-Rob are the main guys that contributed to the kit. So yeah, basically, I downloaded it on my phone, downloaded GarageBand on this fucking fella, because I had it before, but whatever. So I got a better phone, and now it works. So I downloaded it, got the sample pack, just fluffing around with the synths and stuff, and just basically going to make samples again on my phone, and then send them to my big dog and put it in Logic and make a song around it. So I'm sound designing again, and I posted about it on Instagram today, and just was like, yo, this is fire, and then put a little demonstration of what I made. So any producers, any beat makers, any artists that want to get some free samples, if you have a Mac, just get GarageBand and get the Soulection pack. It's free. It's
What's
fucking
in the
sweet.
pack? Is it like synths and loops?
It's a sample pack. It's got synth and pianos and pads and percussion, sound effects, and there's lots of drum kits on there too. So it looks like this new launch, there's multiple partnerships. Like, there's heaps of fucking artists that have got drum packs and sample packs and shit. So yeah, anybody who's into making music, beat production, sound design, whatever the fuck, there's a bunch of cool shit on GarageBand right now. So I'm going to dive into that and make some new shit. And, shit.
beautiful.
It was hella fun, and I played with it for 5 minutes.
That's fucking awesome. I'm glad I saw you post that because I was trying to get it for you and I couldn't it just wouldn't come up when I searched for it in the GarageBand.
Yeah, you have to have it. So I didn't do it on my iMac. I didn't get it on because I have to update to Big Sur to get GarageBand because it doesn't run on anything else because it's got certain features that only run on that OS. So yeah, it's kind of whack if you don't want to update your shit. But I was able to get it on my phone, so I just wanted to get the sample pack so I could make stuff and whatever. Because I bangs with Soulection, I bangs with Esther and the other producers on there, and I don't know, it's really exciting. They did a big free pack. It's fucking cool.
Love it. That's dope. And
So you'll see a bunch of things on Notion Beats lately. I pretty much upload 3 to 5 beats every single week, notionbeats.com. So yeah, I'll start making more of my. I'm using, I buy sample packs, I buy drum packs, I mix and match things that I've already got with the new stuff, to create the beats that I make. But like I also do play stuff on top. I can play some keys, and through a MIDI thing, I can play almost any instrument there. But yeah, having the ability to make my own shit, it just eliminates having to deal with anybody else for royalties and splits for big placements when they happen. So yeah,
Love it.
get sound designing and get clicking, kids.
And you also had a partnership with Waves recently.
Yeah. So I've been doing some posts for Waves Audio, just demonstrating, plugins that I use on a daily or, in certain situations. And I've had, 3-4 sponsored posts from them. So it's been great to, expand. And I don't know, just I'm writing more of I had like just a picture and was doing more of a bloggy post kind of situation. But now I'm getting into the reels and getting more video and screen caps of it. So yeah, looking forward to working more with them, and it's been really cool. So check out @NotionBaby's Instagram for the Waves posts. You can see it on Twitter as well, Instagram, Facebook if you're on that, but whatever. We'll do that later. But yeah, Waves Audio is always having sales and shit. So if you need cool plugins on the cheap, check them out.
Love it.
Amazing.
Love it. Killing the game. Killing it.
Amazing.
So,
Killing it.
if there is no more topics, we can do a little bit of overrated, underrated to see it out.
Mm-mm.
Just fly. I knew this was
It's my favorite.
Fly in.
I have a lot of different ones today.
Okay,
Many
let's-
different ones.
Let's do a few. Let's do
Many
some
different
interesting
ones.
ones.
Okay. There's a bunch. It's so random. So we
Random.
start off with something which is quite relevant now. The Olympics. Overrated, underrated. Like I'd say, watching the Olympics.
Watching it.
Yes.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't care either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it used to be like dope back in the day, but
It used to be sick.
it kind of feels weird to have it and be obsessed with it in the middle of a pandemic, and sort of even they already pushed it a year. And
Well, sports will never.
It's like 5%
Never
over the
die, yeah.
overrated edge.
yeah, I'd say just on the overrated side. I'm not mad at it, but I also don't care. So
Yeah.
apathy.
I get you. I think. I think the Olympics pretty shit. Like, it's not. It's not my thing. Like, I love sports. Love all the sports. Well, a lot of the sports in the Olympics. The 100-meter sprint, boring now because Bolt is retired.
Has it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bolt hasn't ran in years.
I have no idea.
So it's.
He's still Goksa, man, if he did.
Yeah, 100%. None of the sports interest me. You got the football, the tennis. The football's always subpar, it's boring.
They just added skateboarding, actually. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, to be honest, some of the new things they've added, like you got some like wall climbing thing, skateboarding thing, which is actually kind of interesting. But like, I still wouldn't sit down and watch the Olympics like I would do with football or tennis, something like that. So for me, it's 100% overrated. Not even a little
I
bit.
respect that.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right. It's just yawn, whatever. It used to
It's
be
yawn.
cool back in the day, though. Like
It
the
used to be
Dream
so
Team era
cool.
was dope.
I was in
Oof.
Jamaica when Bolt ran.
Unstoppable.
I think it was, I don't know if he just won or he got the world record, but I was in Jamaica and everyone was screaming, going crazy. I was like, yo, this is amazing. This is fucking sick. But like, now it's just dead. I don't even know who runs for half the country anymore.
Yeah.
So it's boring. So that's
Yeah, you
not-
gotta like follow it to care. Probably.
I always wonder, do they practice their own sport outside of the Olympics? As in, like, now footballers who play football all the time and tennis players would always, they have the in-season. Is there a season for sprinting?
Yes, they have a track and field meets all across the world, doing different championships and different things. So the Olympics is kind of like the pinnacle of the whole thing.
So,
Um,
so them man do it for the purpose of getting to the Olympics. Not like you
Yeah,
don't say
it's the
football
world
to go
stage.
to the Olympics.
no, of course not. It's like a
There's-
bonus. Same
yeah.
as basketball, I guess. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Same as boxing, probably, and much.
Mhm.
But the track and field is probably I
But
imagine
even,
is the top
Yeah.
competition. But they do have
Yeah,
a
the
bunch
swimming, track and field, they're the things you
of-
want
swimming,
to,
that's a good one too.
But even like the synchronized swimming and stuff, they do it outside of the Olympics.
I think all of the sports have.
but the rest of the world doesn't give a fuck about those ones. That's why it matters when they get to a world stage. Like
Chip-
gymnastics, track and field, swimming, they give a fuck when they fucking win.
Yeah, that's true because it is so big. But I think like in Australia they talked about that stuff a lot. Like it was always on TV. There was always some sort of track and field thing or always some sort of swimming thing. I used to probably know the different ones. because they always played it on TV.
Because you're such a sportsy man,
I
CTC.
never see that stuff.
Look, I don't know. You guys aren't really like you guys like sports, but you guys don't live sports.
You don't live
You're
like
basically-
you,
You guys don't know about that, but it's whatever. I don't want
You're like Channel 9's Wide World of Sports on a Saturday morning, mate. There you are.
You guys, yeah, I don't want to shame you. It's not really that big party, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not that.
Lily's
What's that mean?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
What do you think of the video of Australia I sent you? The Australian
Oh, Australian fake? Yeah, I mean, look. Stop
Yeah.
exposing us.
Okay, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Stop fucking
I watched another
Shush,
video about
mate.
kangaroos, about how they're not really real and how they're like, they are so fucked. Like everything about kangaroos to me is just so fucked. They shouldn't exist. In my opinion. They're fucked.
People in suits.
They are people in suits. That's what I'm thinking. Like it's. So
That's why they're so
fucked.
jacked. It's like a bunch of meatheads.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
jacked as hell, and they're crazy.
Yeah, they're not like me. No.
Fuck them.
Fuck you up. So just
Yeah. They'll kill you, and they'll eat your grass.
Fuck them.
among other things.
Next topic. Well, yeah, we'll go on a different topic. Pineapple on pizza.
Over.
Love it.
Kill it. Kill it.
Underrated.
Burn with fire.
It's great.
Kill it? That's
Disgusting.
fine.
It's great.
It's
It's
disgusting.
disgusting. Interesting.
Does
Did you
not
used to eat it
belong.
back in the day, though, Dom?
No, sir. Never in my life. I do
It
not
is
like to mix sweet and savory.
great.
It's ridiculous. It's unnecessary.
I've been, yeah.
Putting fruit
That's,
in
yeah.
salads or fucking on dough or like unless it's like a okay that's putting fruit with savory things is so ridiculous. Like why the fuck do I want a slice of apple or mango in my salad?
I didn't know you felt like this. This is funny.
Oh, I detest it. Like it's so don't.
So
Like,
when we back in the day at home when we were kids and shit, like what happened when we had
Take it
pineapple
off.
pizza?
I can take it off. I'm
You do-
comfortable with taking it off. Like I'm always
Yeah.
there's hardly any food.
Okay, I don't remember you taking it off. It's funny.
No, I always have. I've never. I
Remember I
being
used to take it off, then I came
furious.
around.
So,
You were furious. Oh, that's
No,
funny.
furious if I took a bite and I missed a piece.
And you had it. Oh god.
Yeah, the difference is Australian pizza is weird because they have shaved ham. It looks like if you put a ham through a grater.
great.
You seen that stuff?
No.
So they don't do that here. So everything's really obvious what's on top. It's just throwing the fuck on top. And it's ham. It's like literally, they don't really have ham, but they're doing like prosciutto or something. So it's like, yeah, and it's just literally they don't even rip it up. It's like, boom, it's just a big ass piece. So in the shaved ham pizzas, it probably wouldn't even come up in a picture of it. Put shaved ham on a pizza, let me see. And like it gets hidden. So in Australia, when people got
Hawaiian pizza.
yeah, no, I like it. Hawaiian pizzas are. I mean, Australian. Oh, that looks kind of like it. Australian pizzas are Aussie ham and pineapple. It's hard to tell because see how much fucking pineapple it is. Ugh, it's so
That's a lot of pineapple, to be honest. That is a lot.
Oh, that's see when they put lots on it
When
sucks.
they put lots, it's too
Yeah,
much.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I do. I don't mind it. I'll definitely have it
I'll
if there's
have it.
nothing
I'll
else.
have it. It's
I don't
great.
always order it,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'll have it
I
every now and
wouldn't-
again.
It wouldn't be the first thing
I
I
hate
order
it.
if I go
Not
get
underrated.
pizza. It's quite underrated. I
But-
think people detest it. Like, correct,
Why do you
but,
guys
like,
think it's so divisive? Because see, my response was so visceral and aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm emotional about how much I detest it.
That's fine.
I wonder
I'm
why
just-
it's that. Because it's like one of those things. You know how you see jokes online. And
Do you,
stuff
do you
like-
hate the people? Do you hate some people that are on the other? You know,
No, not at all. But
it's the cunts that are like, I fucking love pineapple pizza. You're like, I fucking hate it even more because you're a cunt. Is that one of those?
no, it's not that. I have many things
Okay,
like
that was my first
but that
thought.
is not one
Yeah,
of
right.
those things.
Cool. All right. Well,
I just
I'm
wonder
out of
why.
ideas.
Yeah, you are indeed. But why is it? I wonder why. Like, I wonder why it's like causes such. It's such a.
such a divide. Like,
But that
people-
specific. What about olives on pizza or fucking?
Yeah. Why does it have
egg
to
on
be
pizza?
pineapple?
Why does it have to be
people-
Olives
pineapple?
is shit too.
people.
No, I disagree.
I disagree. I love olives.
Banks for
Oh
olives.
my god, I love olives.
No, I like olives on pizza. I do. I like the
I
black
love
ones, the
olives
green
in general.
ones. Not
Like,
too keen on the
I-
green ones.
I
Yeah,
used
same.
to hate
Black is way
olives. I think green's much better. I used to hate olives when I was younger, and my dad
Oof.
loved them. And then I don't know what happened. I think one in England, Nando's has olives, and they're great, like proper well seasoned, like with a bunch of garlic and shit. It's great. And
Just necking them.
it's amazing. And yeah, but I prefer the green ones though. The green ones are great.
They got. Do you know the difference with the green ones that they've got? And this is probably why Brad doesn't like them as well. I would guess they're like the
They got
the
Pickled
Calamari
peppers
ones.
inside of them.
Sometimes yes, but like the
Oh,
green
yeah.
ones are really like crunchy. And you have to like really bite them. Whereas like the Calamari or the other black ones, like are just so soft and like.
I think I prefer the fact it's crunchy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Crunchy's not the right word, is it?
Well,
it's like,
I know it's more firm.
firm.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like the flavors. Basically.
Yeah,
I don't detest them. I'll eat them for sure. But if I got like, you know, they have those, sometimes you get an olive bowl and they put it in oil and it's just like a whole bunch of different olives.
Yeah.
I always like, if there's green ones and I have to eat them, I'm like, all right, let's have like 2 black ones. Oh, fuck, okay, let's go. All right, back to the 4 black ones. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
No, it's good. But pineapple.
yeah.
Why do people hate it? I think it's because they bug out at the fact there was something very sweet on such a savory dish. Is what I assume.
Well, that's why I don't like it. I don't think it goes together at all. I think sweet and savory is, for the most part,
In general.
yes. I don't like mixing the two very much. I don't think it's necessary.
But
The
then-
only time I can think of that, to be fair to it, there was at Joey's, your favorite restaurant.
Yes.
They have
Put
this,
hot honey on a pizza. That's always welcome.
I think
And
that'll be
that's
good.
sweet.
I think that'll
I
be good.
It's fire.
haven't tried it, but it depends which
Sounds
style
great.
probably. But they have this, I think it's called a beach salad, and they have strawberries in it. And I think it's got strawberries and like pecans and some other crap. And I actually really enjoy that. But I think the strawberries
so,
are
yeah.
very, they're not like an overly, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Not no quinoa, that is good.
Oh.
Like, and it's like if you had little slices of it, it's with avocado and maybe
Ooh,
some
that's
feta.
good. Oh,
It's
that
actually
looks good.
pretty surprisingly
I think it
good.
would be better without the strawberries, but
Yeah, you don't need it.
You
Candied
need it.
pecans is a bit like, for some reason that salad just works.
But it goes on because something like that'll
The
give,
avocado cuts it.
it'll be similar to the salted caramel thing where caramel's so sweet and the salted, well, the salt with it makes it
That's
really well. That's
a really
why
fair
the
point.
candied pecans would work well with like the feta, avocado. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's pretty lit.
Sounds nice.
So it's that's all I can think of though as far as sweet that goes with savory.
Okay, what about when
We
you
sweeties.
if someone was to dip their fries into a milkshake or some
Oh,
ice
I
cream?
love that actually.
That's great.
Yeah, fries in that.
Great. In a McFlurry or
Well,
something.
there you
Yeah,
go.
the McFlurry in the ice cream or whatever, or just
That
like a
is
sundae.
great. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whatever, either or. Like sometimes I like the chocolate sundae because you get like just a little bit of the chocolate sauce on it.
See, that's what about the
It's
cold
weird.
with the warm? That's not a problem with you. The sweet and the salty is cool there, but what about the
Yeah.
hot and the warm? What if it's like
I've
super
never actually-
cold and super hot?
That's a good point
I've
too.
never thought about it.
It probably, because the ice cream, like you just kind of dip the end unless y'all are getting like spoonfuls of it. But me, it's just like a dip on the end.
The end, yeah.
So it's like a touch, and it's like
Just a
it's-
crispy.
Yeah, and it's just interesting. Also, like I imagine you probably don't get hot, fresh fries from McDonald's or
Yeah,
whatever
not all the
that often because
That's very true. Unless you fucking tell them, I want a hot fucking batch of chips. You
Or you
can't, then you
wanna,
wait
like-
like 15 minutes.
lightly salted fries or something, and then they have to
Do
do
that
it.
for me.
Oh, they have to
Yeah.
redo them. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's like the trick.
So the reason I brought up the hot and cold shit is because when I, order sushi or whatever, like I love the hot dishes that sushi places have, but if I'm getting sushi, I want like sashimi and sushi rolls, so I want all cold shit. So like if I get a mix, or if I'm eating with like the homies or whatever, and then they get some like chicken teriyaki or some like hot stuff, I have to eat the cold shit first. I'll go sashimi, sushi, and then the hot stuff and finish with it. If I even go to the hot stuff first, I can't go back to the cold stuff. My stuff, for some reason, I'm like, nope. I don't know if it's
it or it hurts.
No, it makes me feel like I'm gonna ralph it up, and it's just my stomach's like, nope, I don't want that cold shit. I've just had a hot, nice thing. I don't want you to put cold into it because
Very
I don't know. That's just a weird
probably
thing,
like
with me,
a-
I guess.
Pretty serious, yeah, like a strong personal preference. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's fine with me.
Yeah, I'll get the
Right.
tempura as well as a bunch of the cold
Same.
sushi.
Or like
and
a
it'll be
soup.
great. Or soup,
Miso.
yeah, I still have the soup. And
All the no, I wouldn't do soup. It's too hot for sure. Because then going back to cold sashimi after a soup, I'd be like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't align, but I guess I can see. I thought you more meant that like it might hurt your teeth or something. As
No.
opposed to-
I mean, that could, if you have sensitive teeth, that'll be a bitch thing that'll hurt. But yeah, I don't know. That was something I noticed recently. I was like, fuck. So I went for the hot. I ordered both, and I went back and forth. I was like, not enjoying that. It's not like
Well,
I'm
you
fucking
just-
feel sick or nothing, but it's just like I don't like it.
Wouldn't you
I
like
was wondering if that was the thing.
if you had it? Not for me, no. But if you had it, if you had the hot stuff last, wouldn't it just then be cold?
No, because like I eat a steamroll sushi. What are you talking about?
Oh no,
Absolutely,
I
just
think like
mow it down.
I'm talking like a full meal. Like you might get 20 pieces of the because we had it like 2
Yeah,
nights
yeah.
ago.
Still eat it at the end.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, no, the shit will be ice cold if you left it. I usually always eat the hot
ice cold.
stuff first.
But yeah,
just
I
so it
respect
doesn't get cold. Yeah, that's all the olive.
These are the Nando's ones. With the
Nando's
spice
ones
and
are
the
good.
garlic.
What's the red shit?
Peppers, I think. Just bell peppers chopped
Is
up.
that like a big piece of garlic?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mhm. It's great. I don't know if you have it in Australia.
I haven't.
Yeah. I don't think they have it there, but it's great. They're like the best olive soup I've ever had in my life.
Hey
Amazing.
man, Nando's are the goats.
Nando's are amazing, so
Yeah.
you know.
Can't get that. All right, let's keep.
Alright, let's keep
going.
going. Let's keep going. Another one.
What do we think? We're down sports. We're down food.
Okay, random one. The word cunt.
Under.
Oof.
Let's go.
Beyond underrated, it is absolutely the best word in the dictionary.
Okay, I need to know why it's underrated. Because coming from England, coming from anywhere other than Australia, I think the use of the C word is very sparse. You never really use it.
Love you, cunt. Such a good cunt, eh?
All right.
How's
it going, cunts?
Just you never
Love it.
use it.
It's so
What?
versatile. So versatile.
I need it to be explained.
It's
The
aggressive.
versatility
Well,
of
it
the
is. I
word.
like Notion's thing because it's going on. It's going on. Cunts. Cunts are alright. Vibes. What are you cunts up to? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's a collective noun. It's aggressive. What the fuck's up, cunt? Like I can use it
Yeah.
aggressively because here it's just I want to fight you. But you
Yeah,
can use it
same in
like
England.
completely like you can't.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
fucking, like you can use it in every circumstance. Positive, like positive or negative.
The car's being cunty again. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, which is like that's I guess an adjective there.
If you said that
good
in like England, people would be like, "What?"
I thought you guys we got it from you.
Well, my car is being
we
difficult,
don't,
so
we don't say cunt ever, like ever. It's so rare.
Maybe you guys are just nice.
I don't know, but it seems to be like a forbidden word. I only use it if I'm like, if I'm like
So,
frustrated.
we are
playing a
officially
game.
the foulest
Yeah,
mouth.
we're pieces of shit, and I know that, and that's completely fine. Interesting. I thought we took it from you.
No, I would have never used it until. No, I started using it a lot because I play Call of Duty all the time, and if I die, I'll say this cunt, this fucking guy. I always say it, and it's the go-to word, and I don't know why I've resorted to using the word cunt.
But it's only
But-
aggressive. So
I love it.
I'd only use it around you guys if I was saying, "Oh, you're right, cunt," like shit like that. Like, but then, the only time I ever like use it in general is if I'm playing Call of Duty and I die and I say this cunt killed me, this fucking shit like that. Yeah, that's
So it's
it.
more the aggressive side, and like I guess more often I don't know how it morphed into this, like
Forbidden
every
sort of,
day.
yeah.
Well, the
for
forbidden,
you, every day. Sort of.
yeah. I mean that's probably a good question too because I've heard it means something positive, like something I forgot what it was. Something to do with like it means queen or something. I saw this. I don't know if it was bullshit. You know, it's one of those things where it was like it showed the etymology of the word
Yeah.
because you think about the way the words derive their meanings. It just sort of morphs over time and the spelling and blah blah blah.
Mm.
So like, I don't know how it got to the point where we just talk like that, but the group of people that we hung around with, I don't want to say one group because it was all the groups. There was hardly anybody that we knew that we didn't talk like that around. All our rap friends, we were all pretty mutual
Yeah.
from between me and Notion. Like everybody talked like that. Like they all fucking talk like that. Like I don't remember anyone who was like offended by it ever. We've probably been more cautious around women potentially. Like right,
Absolutely.
like it took me a while not to learn not to call my girlfriend.
We just didn't say it to girls at all unless there was a reason that she was being a cunt. You would tell her, but otherwise you
Yeah.
wouldn't be at all saying it. It's
Basically,
all about the homies.
Yeah, I was a little bad with that. I learned the hard way. Because I don't know, it was such a part of the vocabulary. It was just such like a
Yeah.
just how
Sometimes cunts be cunts.
yeah. I don't know.
Sometimes
I like it a lot, and also here it just means so much more if you're going to. There's not many. Very rarely we use it in an aggressive circumstance because I don't fight, so I don't know. But like, it's at least it means a little more when you. But I guess it doesn't take away if you're using it casually and then something gets aggressive or whatever the fuck. Like you use it differently, so it's not like the word's watered down because you were just saying it. Hey, oh, you can't disagree with you, like, and then you it's not cunt, like you know, something a bit more serious, and it doesn't make it any less impactful because we're all just using it casually. So yeah, it's a weird cultural thing. Like
It's
like,
a very weird topic.
I got in trouble for saying it on my craft beer podcast. It's probably why I like overcompensate for it here. People didn't. We used to end the podcast with "catch your cunts." Those catch your cunts, yeah. And
That's right.
and people got really mad about it. And I was the bad guy in the beer world for a while there, and all because of a word that for us is cultural. And I had, funnily enough, earlier this year, I had sort of like one of the people who I had blocked and everything. So I had pretty big beef. Like I was really genuinely the bad guy for a while, and I sorted it out. It was like all of us were like over it. I was like, guys, like I'm not. I stopped saying it because of you know, like, oh, you really have a problem, like, cool. But ended up talking to one of the beer writers about it who didn't like me for a while, and she was just saying she was British. I guess she's mostly Canadian, but born there or something like that, and she had negative experiences with that word, so it felt like the way my reasons for using it kind of felt to her like excuses, and it was just a reason to say it and to disrespect women and stuff. I'm like, but I wouldn't even call a vagina a cunt. I would never do that. That's just gross to me.
That is the most like, aggressive, weird word to describe. Like,
yeah, it's so like, oh, why are you saying that? It's
Yeah.
not nice. And vaginas are lovely. Like, why would you say that? So like, everyone has their own experience with it, and even though she felt that some people who she'd had experience in the past with were using it as an excuse. No, man, it's just my culture. It's how we talk. Like I meant it. I dead ass mean it. And I was just expressing myself exactly. If you look at any of the way we've talked over the last fucking however many years, decades, it's consistent. We've been talking like this since we were teenagers. Like it's just how we communicate. And you know, some people don't fuck with that. It's fine. But this is a hip hop part. It's a different context. The craft beer thing, they don't fuck with it. So you know, I'm happy to leave it out of there. And it's funny. You noticed the other day when we were doing the video, and we were like, I went to say a lot of people, and because we were talking like that off camera, because I'm just
Classic.
like this is it, this is the most of. I mean, I'm still authentic on that podcast and on all that content. I just have to stop myself saying that word. I don't like censoring myself. It's annoying. And that word is strangely important to Notion Eyes.
No, that makes
That's
sense.
very true.
That makes sense. Fuck you, cats. Are we in?
What a cunt.
We are in agreement, right?
Yeah,
Underrated, right?
Huh?
Underrated.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
Facts.
Beautiful. Okay, next one. We'll go back to food. Thin crust pizza.
It's cool. I like it. I'd say underrated.
Yeah.
I have no beef
That's-
with crusts. I
No
love
beef.
crust beef.
What crust would you usually get then?
All crusts could get it.
All crust can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you can't choose.
Well, yeah, typically, I've actually noticed that since I don't really order Domino's that much. If you were to
What do
order
Domino's
from
have?
thin stuffed crust deep pan,
I'll go thin.
or
as well,
Chicago
too.
style, like which is
The deep dish.
Gotta
But
try
then-
some of that Descendants pizza. Oof.
In a lot of like authentic places, you don't really choose the crust.
Right, that's like a North American thing.
That's like an American
chain thing.
Yeah, chain.
You're right. Like all the nice Italian places, you don't
Yeah,
talk about that. That they make it on the dough that they make it. But if I go Domino's, we always order thin crusts. I don't know, just the dough's the filling part. Like, might as well want more topping, so I'd rather be more full from the toppings than from the dough, which is just the
Belly enhancer.
what's the word? The delivery service, I guess, for
the base.
yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah, to get the meat and veggies and all that
on
bullshit.
top.
in
Yeah,
there.
Makes sense. Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
some people
agree.
don't like thin crust, I guess, because if it's really thin, it can get crispy or something.
I used to really prefer deep, but
Same, like the Pizza Hut ones.
I hate pizza. I hate pizza. I think pizza is terrible. It's terrible. I think Domino's is 100 times better. I would never get pizza. I'm like, it's so bad.
I like Pizza Hut.
It's so shit. No,
Why?
it's just shit.
It's really-
it reminds me of frozen pizza. Domino's at least tastes like it's been cooked.
The ingredient. What do you mean tastes like it's being
Well,
cooked?
not like it.
Are you saying like the ingredients?
Ingredients
are
are
lower quality?
a
That's
lower
probably
quality,
true.
yeah.
I like
Pizza
Domino's
is
as well.
terrible.
Domino's dope. But it's like the one you'd go if it was like 11 p.m. or midnight or something. You're like, oh fuck, no, I need a pizza.
Yeah.
And the local shops are closed, and the Domino's is probably open.
Domino's always open till like 4 a.m. in England.
Yeah, it's always here. One time with Domino's, like over here, the tipping thing. Obviously, Australian England, you don't really tip. So I'm used to it now. It's fine. But like we're in an apartment building, so if I'm paying for delivery, there's a delivery fee. Mm-hmm. You're gonna come to my door. You're gonna buzz, and then come to my door, and then drop it off, and I'll pay you whatever because you can't pay online or anything there. And then one time, the last time I got Domino's, probably 2 years ago, maybe longer. The dude didn't come up. He made me come down. I was like, he said, no, come down. I was like, oh. So that pissed me off. So I went and paid and didn't tip him intentionally. I always tip. Particularly since the pandemic, I try and be much more generous because I understand that these individuals who are taking risks and being out here and working and getting people their food and stuff. So like I make sure I always, every time I go to, even in a cafe, even if it's just $1, I put it every time now, every time. And this cunt wouldn't bring it up. So, like, I paid, and he's like, oh. And they look at it right in front of you. They're like, oh, no tip, sir? I'm like, oh, yeah. I didn't know what to say. I think I was high. I was awkward. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry. Don't have any money. And just kind of, like, walked away. And he was, like, aggressively asking me about the tip. So since then, I've kind of been, like, I've been a waiter. I've been a bartender. Like, don't fucking ask me about your tip, cunt. Don't fucking do
legit.
That. The whole tipping system's already ridiculous, and you should be paid well enough that you do not need a tip. But that's a whole other conversation. Don't fucking bring it up when you know as a pizza delivery guy that you gotta bring it to the door. Why the fuck are you like? I'm paying a delivery fee. You want me to tip you for making me come downstairs? Inconvenient. I can't remember. I don't think it was cold at least, but like, fuck off. I think about that occasionally. It really pissed me off because he tried to guilt me about this shit.
Yeah, the second time is definitely the wrongdoing. I would have cussed the cunt out and made an echo in your lobby, mate. It would have been funny as fuck.
No, I went outside, like not even in the lobby.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even like sometimes if something happened, like whatever, the Uber Eats, like they always come up. Uber Eats, you do the leave at the door thing. They leave it at the door. You don't even have to like engage, which is like, what'd you say?
they knock and they leave it at the door.
They knock and leave it at the door because then you don't have to breathe on each other and all this shit. I love it because it saves them seeing people. It's great. I'm here for it, right? Sometimes if they knock and I'm ready, I'll check it. I'll be like, hey, thank you, like down the hallway and wave and stuff. And I always tip them like every order. I'm always good and stuff. I don't know, it's totally fine for me. You're doing me a favor. Easy. But this motherfucker, so I don't know, I haven't ordered Domino's for ages because of that.
Gherkson.
Right?
That is ridiculous.
It made me not want to do it now because I'm like, unless you can pay via their system, like you might be able to pay online, so you have to pay. Because then I'm sit there, the guy's got the fucking
you can pay online
machine, and you gotta like.
Yeah, pay online. I haven't
maybe at the time
Domino's for a while, but
yeah,
they definitely do it.
Okay, so maybe this was even longer than 2 years ago. I haven't ordered it in quite some time. I'd much rather go local mans and any
local
mans.
Absolutely.
Particularly through all this year, I want to support these businesses and keep them around. So we've all agreed, thin crust
underrated.
Underrated.
Yeah, I used to love deep pan. So I used to love deep.
Because it is really crispy, but
it's great. But it's really like I don't know. I feel like I was the only person that felt this, but I used to love the taste of Domino's crust. I used to love it with the. Don't know if you guys have the garlic and herb dip over here. Do you guys have?
I don't know.
Like in Domino's England, you have this garlic and herb dip, and it is insanely good. Like it's beautiful, and it was even better with the deep crust, and the crust just tasted amazing. I could eat the crust as long as like it was so good. Like
crust sticks.
I think they have the same ones where you can get those crust sticks. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yo, I would happily have. They were that good.
They have that. They probably do. They have that. Usually it's ranch or blue cheese here or something like that. So they might have this as well.
Nice.
That looks good.
It's beautiful.
Garlic and herb sounds dope. It's beautiful.
All right.
Now I want pizza.
Same. We'll get one.
Honestly, fully might order some Italian wood-fired goddamn brilliance.
Yeah, I'm down.
Love it. All right, let's do one last one.
Last one. Okay.
Do it.
I'm torn between two. Okay.
We could do both and do rapid fire without explanations.
Okay.
Or like a very brief explanation.
One could be rapid fire. The next one can be explanation. This one will be the rapid fire. Which fast food takeout would you say is underrated and which one would you say overrated? Fast food. Nando's doesn't count. It's fast food.
Okay.
I'm trying to think myself. Fast food.
Trying to think of fast food restaurants.
Restaurants.
Do Canadian ones maybe, just
Yeah.
for reference.
Okay.
Like
A&W, Arby's. I'm trying to think of anything actually relevant. Burger King.
yeah.
Chipotle, Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A's. It's in Toronto. We don't have it here, but
Wendy's,
yeah.
Five Guys,
Okay.
Domino's, McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Panda Express, Pizza Hut,
Are we
Popeyes.
supposed to pick all of them?
Well, you can just do anyone. I'm just giving you random.
examples.
A&W, mate. Let's go.
Saint Hubert,
Oh, we're gonna pick one. And we're gonna talk about A&W.
Underrated as fuck. Because it's good, the best quality you can get, and there's some that are open for hours. Middle crackheads, usually top notch.
Yeah, minimum correct.
They've gotten over time, and now they've got meatless options, plant-based options. I don't know, I haven't tried them yet, but I heard they're pretty fucking.
What's the thing called where they don't use the antibiotics on the
on the chicken.
Yeah,
That's,
No idea.
That's pretty cool. That's good.
A&W and the probably goat Canadian fast
Takeaway
food.
joints.
Yeah, in that category.
For you. And overrated?
Oh, okay. So we list all of the different ones that are underrated. You mean?
I was just giving you random ones.
Oh,
and so you
okay,
can
okay.
just choose from there.
What's overrated? What's a shit one?
Obviously McDonald's pretty shit. But for me,
Yeah.
the worst was worse than McDonald's Subway.
Oh,
Subway is
horrendous.
absolutely terrible. It's probably the worst thing I've ever tried in my life. How can you get
Wow,
a
that's so
sandwich wrong?
funny.
How can you get a sandwich wrong?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
When you're like right there and you point at it.
Yeah, you're literally like, it's so bad.
I think it's like, it must be the cheap quality fucking ingredients.
Steak and cheese.
They have rubber in
bad.
their bread.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's so bad.
We used to eat them a
Chicken's
lot when I was
bad.
poor. Like
I
working
used to
Yeah.
be able to get so cheap as well.
like five. They had
terrible,
those. Wasn't it like $5 footlong?
$5.
days or
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, they had that.
Yeah,
shit.
And they had like
Wednesdays
a
or some
different.
shit.
No, they had a different one every single day or some shit.
That every week.
Oh, right.
rotation.
Yeah, no, every single. Oh, here they had
it was
every
a certain
day.
days. Certain
And it
days
was like
about
Mondays pizza
Yeah,
sub,
they
Tuesdays
had that.
blah blah blah.
And it was oof. When you're young, you think it's actually kind of cool
Because it's the good value. You get a
Yeah.
full fucking sub for $10, and you get a cookie and a
yeah.
drink.
The cookies though, amazing.
Fire.
Oh.
Mate, the white chocolate macadamia.
Oh.
Fucking.
Oh.
The double chocolate
No.
as well.
The chocolate with the white, the chocolate cookie, dark
The
chocolate
dark
cookie
chocolate
with the white.
Stop it.
Honestly,
Stop it.
go
So
God
good.
tier.
That's
God
insane.
The
Oh
best
my.
of all.
Go
the
get
best.
stoned and have a couple of those kids.
Oh.
Oh, amazing.
Fuck! Now I
Oh.
want a Subway cookie, but I couldn't dare. I couldn't bring myself to walk into.
So
the
that's your
Subway.
dinner. You're getting pizza
Same.
and Subway cookies.
Yeah, done.
Done.
What if you just order Subway cookies?
I like it.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Probably can on DoorDash or something. You can do it in England. Then
Fucking
Like just order the cookies.
you just even go to Subway.
Can you imagine you spend the fucking delivery
Okay,
fee
just
just to get like
just to get
half a dozen
$1
cookies?
cookie. Oh my god. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Okay, that was a quick one.
That was a good one. And okay, eating a dessert once you are full from your mains. Is that overrated?
Oh, I hate
or
that.
underrated?
Yeah, I guess
That's
it's
overrated because I'm already full.
It's underrated because you're full from your mains, but you have a different stomach from your dessert. Right?
Like cows.
But you can actually
Yeah,
be
exactly.
physically full and not have room to get to your other stomach for dessert.
No. You always have two stomachs.
No.
Nah, you always
See,
have two.
I'm not huge on dessert. Unless it's like super fire. I get some like fucking creme brulee or some fancy band shit. I don't really do dessert too much because I'm usually wolfing down dinner because I get baked as shit and usually ride the bike and just eat like a horse's size meal. I ain't trying to like make room for dessert unless I'm planned it earlier. Then I'll portion my din size a little better. But otherwise, I'm never having dessert. I have to plan for it
even
and
at a
eat
restaurant?
less.
Even at a restaurant.
Yeah, because like I don't really plan to spend a little extra or eat a little extra at a restaurant. I'm going there for a little app ting, couple cheeky beers at a big main. I don't plan on dessert because if I did that, I get maybe 2 apps or 2 entrees, whatever you call it. But like, yeah, I want to make room for that shit. So I don't. Yeah, if I'm gonna have dessert, I'll plan to have a smaller portion main.
I didn't know that. You're crazy.
I would, whenever I'd go to a restaurant.
Because I feel like a big fat sack of shit afterwards, and then my stomach's
But
like.
that's what you want
and I'm
though.
like, eh.
When I go to a
Nah, because I'm
restaurant,
gonna like
I want to feel
walk
food.
in that.
I want to feel food drunk. I want to feel like I'm finished, like done.
yeah, but then you can
I feel like I'm drunk, like I'm in a food.
you're like
coma,
ready to fall asleep and
Yeah,
drool in
like,
your own
I-
shit on the couch.
When I go, I'm prepared to get a starter, however big the starter is, a mains, finished entire mains, even if I need to vomit, and I still need to get dessert. I need to.
And you don't even smoke to get the munchies
Oh
beforehand.
no! I'm
How
prepared
the
mentally.
fuck did you do that?
Mentally,
So that's the thing. I don't understand it. Don't get it.
It's a skill.
It's a
I love food and shit, but like, yo, it's just the volume's too much, bro. Your stomach's only as big as your fist, cunt. Like, you know what I mean?
So you gotta
I
chew
don't
it small.
Like,
Chewy.
yeah, I got you.
I don't know if it's like that with you, but
it's
me, Chris, Darren, and Brad, whenever we go to restaurants, we can't leave the food. We doesn't matter how full we are. It sometimes even looks painful. We still finish it. Like there are times where it would be like me and Brad, and Mum and Dad would be like, "You don't have to eat it. It's fine. Like it's done." Like me and Brad would be like, "We have to do it. We have to do it."
You don't take it to go.
No.
nuts
Well,
in it.
no, barely. But like, if it's something that good, like, gee, straight up.
It's been probably 2 years since I've been to a restaurant, I guess, so I don't even know.
If I went
Yeah.
to Joey's, I'd always get starter mains and dessert. Like, I'd have to.
I think it depends on like how prepped you are. Like, did you not eat for like hours beforehand? Like, you fucking gagging, just ready to smash. Like, what's the deal? So you gotta see
True.
where you're at. So if you're just sort of casually rocking that, you might not be able to. But if the whole focus of the evening was just the restaurant,
If it's like a
Then-
birthday and you know you're going to a restaurant at the end of the day, then I guess you'd have to mentally prepare and just move about your day, knowing you have to go to a restaurant. So you wouldn't eat too much anyway. But
I guess like I'm trying to compare it to like ordering Uber Eats. I don't really get dessert most of the time. I'm just trying not to be a fat cunt, to be honest.
true. When it really just, like, certain things is just not worth ordering. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Usually
it's not
desserts
like-
aren't that good, and
That's true. The selection's pretty shit.
selection's usually shit. But, like there was one dessert place that I used to order from at university all the time, and the dessert was called "What's Fudge Got to Do with It?" and it was chocolate fudge cake with ice cream, and it to this day we still haven't found a better place. Like in final year of university, they took it off Deliveroo, and we would literally try and we did everything to try and get it back on Deliveroo. And they didn't have it back. Deliveroo
Wow.
DoorDash basically, but like yeah, it
Spewing.
was the best dessert I think I'd ever had in my life.
Is it like the Joey's lava cake thing?
It wasn't a lava cake. It was literally just a chocolate fudge cake.
Oh, like just the cake.
Just the cake. Yeah. It was great with some ice
Love
cream.
a bit of cake.
Some whipped cream. Oh, it's the best thing I've ever had in the world. Oh my god.
That's fire.
It was beautiful.
But
But
with that,
underrated food because
Underrated.
I would always eat it. You underrated?
I'm gonna say underrated for me.
Yeah, fuck it. I feel
I love dessert, so I didn't know Notion liked dessert like that.
yeah, I love dessert. Oh my god.
I mean, dessert's fire. Just gotta be in the mood for it. Gotta be ready for it. Gotta make room for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you, gotta,
that's it.
you do have that. That is a fair point that you do have to prepare. And I would order. I'd look straight at the dessert menu when I'm checking and be like, "Alright, what they got? Oh, none of that's fire. Then fuck it."
So you
let me go
reverse
hard."
engineer your ordering. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah, so like I actually do that even for Uber Eats. I'm always like, well, it's different for Uber Eats because I can just get it and say if it's like a warm dessert, like
You can just
I
have it
just heat it
later.
up.
Keep it in the fridge, mate.
Or if it's cold, you put it in the fucking fridge or have it when I'm down well please, so it doesn't. It's just
Soft.
irrelevant. So the Uber Eats are not like it takes away that planning stage. If you're physically going to a spot, I absolutely would reverse engineer that shit to make sure because dessert is.
If I had fire desserts, I'd 110% get it, regardless of what I'd get from the mains. I could have a T-bone steak and I still have to get like a creme brulee or something.
Creme brulee
Jesus
pretty light,
Christ.
or you could like
Creme brulee's
share
good.
it or something.
True.
Worst case.
True.
I don't know, because if I go with Tiff's mum, Tiff doesn't like dessert, but Tiff's mum does. So me and her always would split it. So
Makes
at
sense.
least
Makes
like
sense.
Cute.
we were able, because like yeah, it was great because I had like a dessert plan. So like sometimes if Tiff, I know she would fuck with it. I'm like, oh, man, I can't take this by myself. Fuck, okay. And you can't take half a creme brulee home type of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, can you probably?
You probably can, but it
It's
just
be shit.
It'll
you
be
just have
everywhere.
to
The hot-
refrigerate it and it'll just become.
You need a flamethrower, literally,
To actually
no
make it sick,
exaggeration.
yeah.
To I've heated up or ate a creme brulee like the next day before,
Mhm.
and it's not the same.
No,
That top
I can
part
imagine.
has to be like that freshly fired.
Fresh as.
Yeah.
It's a glorious thing. So with that, hopefully we're finishing up and leaving y'all hungry as shit. Nosh, where can everyone find you online, man?
Oh, mate, on the interwebs at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. IllnoteStudios.com. NotionBeats.com. Holla at you, motherfucking Dan.
I, Dan Johnson, on Instagram and Twitter, and my gaming channel on Twitch is HTFGXMING. Hit me up on Instagram as well. Almost at 700 followers in the account, so let me know. Dominating.
Thumbnail real quick.
Wait a second.
Lovely. And you can catch me at CWFOR on Twitter and Instagram. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell.
Ding!
So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam. We are back. Typically, it's 9 o'clock here. Normally, it would be live at 8 o'clock. But, you know, it's okay. There's flexibility. You know, we're going to surprise you with that. We'll hit you with the premiere so we make it live. We simulate the experience for y'all, you know. We'll see you guys next Monday,
week.
Hopefully, with the Kanye and with the Drake album.
Yeah, hopefully.
And with that said, you gotta press this button.
Be good. Be safe. Don't be shit cunts.
Exactly.
Get
Sweet ass.
Exactly.
Don't be shit cunts.
Straight through ya. Don't be shit cunts. Don't be shit cunts. Don't be shit cunts. What? Don't be shit cunts.
Don't be shit.
Don't be shit. Don't be shit.
Don't be shit. Don't be shit cunts.
Don't be shit.
Don't be shit.
Oh,
Don't be shit.
Cunt, not a
Peace.
shit.
Be good to your mom.
be good to your mom.